Friday was, I was supposed to do a video for y'all. I'm so sorry it did not get out. This is one of my new favorite cereals, by the way. It's gluten-free and really, really good. And it tastes better than anything on the market. But I already had a bowl this morning. Okay, I'll tell the whole story. So, Friday, I was supposed to work a full day. I was supposed to work a full shift, got into work, and I get this message from, sorry, my allergies are acting up, from Xcel Energy telling me, hey, there's going to be a power outage. Then I get this text message that they have turned off the internet because of wildfires. And I'm like, okay, whatever. I got a new circle thing for my water bottle after I do the sweet tea one. A friend from work wanted to see what they look like, and I think she watches my channel, so hey girl, this is what they look like. You can get them at Walmart. Okay. Didn't mean to top in your ear. So Friday, I am at work. I was planning working the whole shift without taking a lunch break. I would still go to the bathroom, so just so, you know, if I had to go, I had to go. But I was going to plan on not taking lunch. Then I get this message, and I'm like, hey, it would be better if I was logged off, especially if they're going to turn off the power. So I wait a couple minutes, and I start, like, flickering on the lights, and nothing is coming on. So, the whole day, I did not have power. I did not have anything. Like, no power, nothing. Okay? So, I didn't have anything at all. And yes, we did spring forward where you change the clock and you spring forward and lose an hour. But at like 8, 9 o'clock, it starts going, you know, dark. So I was trying to locate like a, you know, one of those long lighters that you just click so I could start lighting the candles, and I couldn't find anything. So I was like, okay, as long as I don't open the fridge, as long as I don't do anything, I should be good. I didn't even get a cup of coffee. And y'all know how I am about my coffee, okay? Gotta have my morning coffee. Gotta have my morning cereal. Couldn't do that. So then I turn around and I'm like, okay, there's nothing I can really eat in the pantry. So I immediately call Mom because, you know, we have stuff, but you have to have a can opener. And we have an electric can opener. So if there's no electricity, I couldn't open it. We didn't have a manual can opener, so Mom got one, and we just went on. So I am sitting there, and we decide, I'm like calling her, panicking. I'm calling my aunt because I'm like, oh my God, they're gonna fire me. And she's like, no, there's wildfires in our area. They're trying to contain them. We've had wildfires everywhere. And so I was joking around, and I had just made this comment. I'm like, are we in the Dust Bowl? Because for the last Monday, when my internet went out and the power went off for that time, there was like this 80-mile-hour winds. So we keep having like really big winds, and they're calling them dust storms. So dust is coming into the house. So me and Mom have had to sweep, vacuum, and we try to keep the doors closed. Well, Tuesday, we're supposed to get more snow, like more wind, and it knocked down trees, it knocked down power lines, so they were trying to get everything cleaned up. And we don't really have March this bad. Occasionally we'll have wildfires, because where my family lives in Texas, it's really, really dry. And I picked the wrong time to visit. So yeah, that is what I have been dealing with. So the last thing on my mind, and also I've had to make up hours. I've had to make up hours because the time I was without internet. So I made up my hours yesterday for Monday. And today I'm going to be working from 12 noon to 6:15 p.m. So that has been a kind of thing where I'm like sitting there, and I'm so honored that people have reached out to me and are like, hey, I'm your friend, I'm here for you. And I think that is so sweet. And I want to say thank you to everybody who has done that. It really means a lot to me. And I feel so loved. So I give the love back. Sorry, my heart looks deformed, but just know my love is there. How do I? Trying. Okay. But I love each and every one of y'all. And I hope you have a good Sunday, but that is why I haven't really been able to post videos, and I'm so sorry about that. But if I had to evacuate, the last thing I would want to do is post a video, especially if I had to get me, my dog, and the kid out of here, so. Yeah. So, you have a fabulous Sunday, and thank you for watching this video. I know it's kind of long, 7 minutes and so on, but I will leave it there. I will put another video up as soon as I can, but when you don't have power, I had to conserve my phone, and then we ended up I had to like call in every few hours at work and let them know what was going on, because if I hadn't, I would have lost my job. So my boss is like a father figure to me. He really understood. He knew I was scared. I tried not to panic. He kind of calmed me down. He talked me down. And I appreciate him, and I appreciate the other boss there. Miss Erica is just amazing. She was keeping me calm. He was keeping me calm. And they were just talking me through it because they know I get scared about this, because when I was at my old job, they would not let us take any time off, which we shouldn't. I understand once you're there, you're there. I understand stuff happens. And we had a tornado come in my area. You could hear the sirens go off. But I had to stay on calls. And I got scared, and my mom, threatened to sue him. And I ended up running to the bathroom. I said, you can fire me, whatever. I have to go. The sirens have went off. I was in tears. And one of the ladies understood that I have social anxiety. I have really bad anxiety. So it tears me up still. So I ran in the bathroom, and I was just about to be done with my... Sorry, my eyes are just dry, and so I was just about to be done with work anyway, and I only had an hour and 15 minutes left. But we were in the middle of training for a, I don't know if anybody's heard of Cox Communications. And they're pretty prevalent in certain parts of the country. I think in California and certain parts of the country, there is Cox Communication. I know they used to have them in Texas when I lived there. So, yeah, I've heard of them. So, yeah. So I worked for them, and one day there was this guy, and I had asked my boss, I was like, hey boss, how do you pronounce this name? And she's like, it's like the grocery store Kroger. And so I, the whole time on this phone, kept calling, and I can't give the first name, but I said, and I'm saying the name, and somebody yells in the phone, that's not how it's pronounced. I felt so embarrassed. I was like, I'm sorry, my supervisor said